What's going on? This is Lester Quinones from the Warriors, and you're listening to Gym on Base.
Welcome back to another episode of the Gym on Base Show. We're here in Santa Cruz with the great Lester Quinones, and thanks for coming on. It's good to see you for another start of a season.
Yeah, excited. First game on Friday. Just thankful, grateful to be here. Second year going into it. Like I said, I'm excited.
Well, I'm curious, trying to ask different guys, who was their first jersey as a kid? Do you remember rocking some jerseys growing up?
My first jersey as a kid, I think, was either a Carmelo Anthony or a LeBron James jersey.
Nice. And who was your favorite teams and players? I know you're a New York guy.
Yeah, my first favorite team growing up was obviously the Knicks. My dad was a Knicks fan, but I think my first team was either OKC because they had Westbrook or the Heat because of LeBron, but that was for like 1 year. After that, I was a Warriors fan my whole life.
Oh. So it all worked out.
Yeah.
You got the Chris Mullin connection because you're from New York.
Yeah, he recruited me in high school, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he's a friend of the show, great guy, as you know. And you also have a fashion line, right? And it's Effortless, right?
Yeah, I have a fashion line called Effortless right now. It's actually on a hold right now. I'm trying to do and tweak a little bit of, I would say, I'm making it more of an everyday kind of fashion wear more so. I had it more like sports and fans, and it was kind of like my college t-shirt and my graphic and stuff like that. I'm gonna branch it more over into maybe lifestyle clothing. So I'm gonna take a little pause on it and probably get it back rolling in the next couple months.
Because I know it's important. You got the red carpet. Everyone's talking about the drip these days. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And it makes me wonder, when you grew up a Warrior fan, you're playing on the Warriors, is it kind of a tool to be able to go up and down with the big team, come down to Santa Cruz when you're playing with guys like Steph, Draymond, and Klay? Maybe they give you tips or stuff you can work on?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this is just my time, my opportunity to work on things, where more so I will go up top and every little turnover, every little mistake that I make is kind of highlighted and microscoped to where we have Steph, we have Draymond, we have Klay, and those guys can make mistakes because we know what they can do. They're great. So it's the guys like me who kind of come in and everything has to be on point. You can't turn the ball over, you can't foul, you can't make mistakes. So I feel like a shorter leash up there, learning that part of the game, and then coming down here and having a little bit of a longer leash where I might be able to turn it over, I might be able to try this, to where I feel like mentally as a basketball player, this is kind of like your practice, to where, okay, if I do a move down here and it doesn't work, I'm obviously not going to use the move up top with Golden State. So I feel like using here more of just getting my reps in and the mental reps of knowing what works and what doesn't work for me as a player. And I feel like that's an amazing opportunity. And it also is an advantage, I feel like, kind of being up there, seeing them at the highest level do it, and coming down here, working on it and getting it right and polished for when I do get the opportunity up there, everything's just going to play and everything's kind of going to fall into place.
And it kind of already is. Like you won Most Improved last year, right? So what kind of went into that? Was that taking that advice and kind of working on it?
Yeah, I feel like more so just me adjusting my game down here to the G. Took me a little bit of time, but once I figured it out, that's when it was glaring. And I feel like that's what I have starting this season, going into this season now, my second year. I already understand the spots, where to be, what happens, what doesn't happen, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do down here in the G. So I feel like that's another advantage that I have coming into my second year, where I feel like my start of the year should be 1,000 times better than the way I started the year off last year.
Well, speaking about working hard, it makes me think of working out, and you got some music going in here. So who's your favorite musician? What are you blasting these days?
My favorite musician, I will have to go, is between No Cap or Lil Uzi Vert. Lately, I've been bumming a lot of New York drill, so a lot of S.Go, Kyle Rich, 4-1, shout out to those guys. But yeah, my favorite, it'll be between Uzi and No Cap.
Okay. So I know you got to represent the Dominican Republic. You have some Puerto Rican blood in the family, right? So what side is that from? And that must be quite the honor.
Yeah, for sure. Get a lot of backlash on the media from it. My mom is actually Dominican and Salvadorian, and my dad is Puerto Rican and black. So Puerto Rican and Dominicans kind of don't mix that much. So with me being both, I'm kind of neutral and stuck there in the middle. I had to pick one, so I chose Dominican Republic, went with them, represent them. But that doesn't take away from any of the other nationalities I am. I represent them all equally, all the same. I just decided to put that jersey on and represent it. So, just to clear that up, clear the air with that.
We don't want to get you in trouble here.
Yeah.
Well, Lester, I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot going on at Media Day here. Thanks for giving me some time, and looking forward to see you play this year and also at Chase Center.
For sure.